sunset time, baby. Don't blink, it's buying. Welcome to our show. Because we woke up having a wonderful day on this 13th July 2025. Today we are going to be making some videos. Went to spend time at my father's. It was super nice. We played some ramen. We had ribs. We had cakes. It was really cool. I had a really good time. So now, that being said, I'm going to be making some videos. A bit later than usual, sadly, but we are still able to have everything really freaking awesome. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, buying. Welcome to our show. Because the walks are having a wonderful day on this 13th July 2005. I got some little bit of bad news, a little bit of good news. Good news for me, bad news for you guys. I am not sure how much content I can make tomorrow. So tomorrow, which is Monday, I am working. It's a friend of the husband of a friend, the girlfriend of my father. So it's demo work, which I've done before. It's gonna be super cool. It's not my first experience, but it's actually fun work. It's a small toilet, a bathroom, sorry. And I love demo because demo is kind of fun to do. Kind of like a lot of rage, which is cool. I will try and film on the job. Of course, it's I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of super stoked because I get work to work. See, with the work with the agency, right? It's fun, but at the same time, it's not stable. This is not stable either. This is one time he called me in the last 3 years, right? So at the same time, it's guaranteed job, and then if there's more job, it's Tuesday. I got a couple of days off I can take. Of course, it's not perfect, of course, but at the same time, it's all about long term, right? Long term, sadly, I trust more a friend of the family than an agency. And at the same time, during the winter, you know, and I know what you're saying. People don't renovate during the winter? Actually, they do. So what they're gonna do, people? Instead of look at this shit. This is beautiful though. Look at the nature corn. Nature corn. Look at these, bro. Look at here. This is beautiful. What people will do, certain people, they'll go on vacation for the winter. So they'll go in warm countries, right? They'll go on in Florida, they'll go in Cancun, shit like that. What they'll do is while they're gone, they'll do some reno in their house. That way when they come back, the renovation are done. And that's pretty much it. So a lot of people think it's easier. And then at the same time, you're already spending money on the trip, so it's spending money for reals. So yeah, so during the winter, if I have a problem, see, it's opening boxes. Right now with the agency, you kind of have all their eggs in the same basket. And I don't like that. The channels are growing. The 2 channels on YouTube, the 2 channels on TikTok are growing. It's a lot of fun. However, I just don't know. So this today is a big test. See if it's possible. Now I'm in a tough position because he's running family, so I don't want to fuck him over. I don't want to fuck him over because he's a nice guy, but at the same time, he told me, hey, possibly today and Tuesday, no, tomorrow and Tuesday, because for me it's already tomorrow because I'm barely gonna sleep. So I'm gonna be nervous for sure, and yeah, so I'm excited. For sure, I'm excited. We'll see what's up. We'll see how it goes. I cannot do too much work because then there's no work Tuesday. But if I don't do enough, it's gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Doesn't want to work, right? So I'm stuck in between position. I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. The fact that we just did a couple of videos. And it's weird because yes, the channels aren't growing a lot, but you guys are getting more involved. Because you guys are getting more involved, it's actually very good. So yeah, so on that note, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Okay, so now, inshallah. Don't blink, ying. Good luck with their show because the walks are having a wonderful day on this gorgeous sunset of 13 July. If I've people feast your eyes on this. Feast your eyes on this. Today I come in with a heavy news. It's not a news that I want. I was chilling on Reddit. If chilling is still something people say nowadays, I'm not sure if they still say it. And if they still say it, yeah, I'm the cool guy. I'm trying to make fun of the situation because it's actually a really bad news. And it's about YouTube. So if you prefer TikTok, it doesn't bother you. If you prefer Snapchat, this doesn't bother you. If you prefer Pornhub, well, me too. So we should get together. We should be friends. Today, we have an announcement from YouTube, the one and only YouTube. The website is Insurance Cabal, which is awareness. Okay. Cool website, right? And YouTube. And okay, so what I'm gonna do is there's the article I'm gonna be reading. I'm gonna give my opinion. So this is gonna be a fun video to do. So without further ado, let's go. It's gonna be boring, but at the same time, I think it's super important. And am I affected? No. Do I know people personally that's gonna get affected? Yes. So, moments of prayer, my friends. Moments is done. YouTube rules to change from July 15 will affect these creature income. This creator. What man do online video streaming platform YouTube is changing? Another policy. New policy will come into effect from July 15. About the YouTube Partner Program. Currently, users can see the same kind of content when they open YouTube. YouTube is going to be bringing this update to change it. Deciding its partner program rules from July 15. New rules advertising revenue of large scale produced. What? Repeating and inauthentic content will be reduced. The company has not changed the condition for channel monetization. So, for example, you need 1,000 followers, you need 4,000 watch hour. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now users should have more than 1,000. More than 1,000. Okay, when you say more than 1,000, it's 1,001. And the channel, apart from this, the channel should have 4,000 public watch hour. How did I fucking know that, bro? In 12 months or 10 million short views in 9 days? 10 million short views? You crazy, bro. Now this will no longer be the condition. Their user content should also be original and authentic. YouTube is bringing this update to reduce the number of spam and AI content shared. Promote original content while the content of creator who misses updates is getting good numbers. It may face demonetization. Now, I think what they're not saying that you have to say is you're monetizing your video, not your channel. So this is still something. And again, I think a lot of people are going to complain, but we're going to get into this a bit later on. I acknowledge YouTube has been flooded with such content. When the company, these low quality media or content are being generated with the help of AI. For example, users will easily get a AI voiceover, a photo, or AI's type content on YouTube and a few clips. It sucks. It sucks that because there's only channel that have a million of subscribers by generating AI content. It's generated with the help of an AI and present in a fundamental way. New policy updates regarding such content. According to the company, this such is a small update. However, it will affect those who create bulk content with the help of AI. Yeah, so this sucks. This is the article that so yeah, I saw this on Reddit watching corn. I know people personally gonna get affected, which sucks. I know people that are gonna be leaving watching YouTube because it's not allowed. So we're facing a couple of problems. Now, we'll start with the beginning, okay? This problem won't affect you because if you prefer TikTok, then you'll do TikTok. However, in my country, which is the beautiful land of Canada, TikTok, what's that? What is that? TikTok. You're done? You're not done. Are you done now? You're done. Canada, there's no revenue for TikTok, so what's the point, right? What's the point is actually a really fun platform to be live on. It's actually a really a cool platform to join your people, and it's a fun platform I'm having fun on. This is the point. However, if I was going into more of a business mindset or a corporate, I don't know what you're saying, corporate, I believe this is it, Corpo from Cyberpunk 2020, 2077, really. So yeah, so I would be like, fuck. Also, at the same time, I know people that are going to stop watching YouTube because there is a lot of AI content. There's a lot of easy bulk content. There's a lot of content that is extremely similar, which it kind of sucks. Like for example, I've been playing another Dark Souls lately, in Elden Ring, and I'm getting a lot of edits from Dark Souls, which is a fantastic game, but they're all using the same song, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, there's a pros and there's cons. It's rewarding content creators that are doing original content, which is great. But then, what about the content creator that needed that push, that AI push, that's different sort of media, right? Some people are genius behind programs, computer. Some people are just lucky to be good in front of camera, right? It's a bit of a, it's a different type of art, but it's still art. So it kind of sucks with people like that, right? Now I'm lucky; I'm not one of those, so I'm not affected. However, I did a video about this recently. If I had to start my channel right now, and I thought how easy it is to get content and just use this song and just use this and just use this video, I would do it. Because in the beginning, the goal was to create, to be a content creator. The goal is still to be a content creator, but it's a lot of fun. So I don't mind the fun. So yeah, so it's tough. It's tough for people that are going to be suffering from it, but not everybody's touched. At the same time, you're kind of pushing people to be original, right? But then at the same time, like, if less videos, so this is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy because it's not necessarily how much content is put out, it's people view. It could be 100 videos per day coming out, but if there's not a single one that is being watched, what's the point, right? It's kind of negative, and some people are going to be like, okay, well, YouTube isn't making that many views, so sponsors are going to be like, well, there's not a high traffic anymore, so we're going to be leaving, right? Now, at the same time, it's a shame because this, I mean it. Like, for example, we just had Extreme University, and when you look at more than just a drama, it was actually good content. It was where to put your ads, how many ads to put per hours, and when to stream, what time to stream. It was actually really interesting. So yes, it's just cool. And nowadays you see kids being literally trained for that, being trained to be content creator, right? People that are starting super young. There was Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty, you may not like the guy, but at 15 years old, he was making a lot of money, and he had an understanding of ROI, or return of investment, right? Return of investment. So then he bought a house at 15 years old, and when they asked him, where is, he said, well, I'm going to go this place, right? This place, there's a lot of ROI. Now, the crazy part with this is it's a different thing. It's a very different thing. It's very different because it's a new generation, right? Now, if it was 2-3 months ago, I would be, because again, AI is kind of scary, right? AI is kind of super scary, but I'm talking to my friends. It's a tool, and you should be able to use a tool. Now, with this, you're kind of taking a stance against progress. So it's complex. It's really complex because, in a sense, the progress is your content creator, right, using the tool. So, for example, in 10 years, you're going to have a lot of manual jobs that are going to be replaced by robots. A lot of companies are going to be totally automatized. Totally. That is still a plus. That is still a huge shift. So yeah, so this is kind of shitty. This is super shitty, So, but then at the same time, like, if everybody's using, okay, for example, if every single platform is using AI or allows AI content, then the fact that you're allowing AI content is the new norm. For example, with the COVID, right? What happened is a lot of people that never worked from home were allowed to work from home to telework. I started in English, but work from home, right? And then when the pandemic came back or reopened, or the pandemic stopped being a worry, and people were going back to work. Some people were like, no, I've been working from home for 4 months. I showed you that I can work from home, and I want to work from home, so I should be allowed to work from home, right? Now, does it work like that? Not really. However, some people were like, well, if you don't let me work from home, fuck you, I'm not gonna work from home. I'm not gonna work here, right? And even then, when you look in, making content is not a job. However, it's a source of revenue. Okay, so again, making content isn't. It's a source of revenue. What I think is it a job? Absolutely, it can be a job. It can be a job because it's your main source of revenue. But what if it's not your main source of revenue? What if you have a company? So, for example, I want to take an example like Rich Piana. My favorite example. You guys heard about it. You guys heard me talk about the whole thing, right? Rich came in at a time where there was the apocalypse. People weren't swearing, and then Rich, what he did was he swore in his video. He swore a shit ton. Now, what was the advantage of that? Well, Rich understood that people still want to hear you swear, and because they still want to hear people swear, what they did was like, okay, well, guess what? I don't care about the money from YouTube. I have a product to promote, and with the product to promote, I'll be okay, right? Now, for example, people that are generating content with bulk content, AI content, they're saying unoriginal, but then I'm going to be talking about this much later on. It's more for AI content. So, for example, even right now, am watching something. Now, I'm going to be devil advocate, right? I used to be dead against AI, and now I view something as kind of crazy cool. It is kind of crazy fucking cool. And it is Howard Stern show. Some people at recording of the Howard Stern show, what they're doing is they're playing the audio in the background, and the AI is generating pictures. So yeah, so it's kind of fun because it's supposed to be audio, but you're getting a visual stimulant. So I love it. It's fucking nice. A game like The Tower. We're playing The Tower, the game, right? And the problem with The Tower is the music that they're using is copyrighted. So I don't have music, and because I don't have music, I have to find something in the background, right? This is just do it is 50%, 30%. Oh, before you go. My phone is a huge problem, bro. Huge problem. This phone is having a huge problem. The Wi-Fi is okay. So yes, though, this is a pro. And then, as a viewer, I love it. As a content creator, I view it. I don't care. I think art is art, no matter what. As long as it's artistic, I don't care, right? Some because it's made with tools that can be, right? For example, there's this content creator, one of my favorite content creator, Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat uses a lot of visual. What he does is he's gonna tell you a story. Then he's gonna build something. He's gonna draw. He's gonna he's gonna do a drawing or build a structure to show it, right? And he's using tool. Now, the reality is, I think that he feels a bit insecure about his narrative talents. So what he does is, like, I'm visual, some of you guys think it's visually speaking. I think that's phenomenal because you're allowing somebody to be comfortable in the content they're doing. Being comfortable in the content that you're doing is extremely important. You should be today, tomorrow, the next day, you should be able to be comfortable in the content you're making. And what's the point otherwise? Now, for creativity, like I said, if every single platform are allowing mass content, unoriginal content, AI-generated content, then YouTube will fall behind. People will go see their thing. I saw something super cool. They was doing the Yeti, no, it wasn't the Yeti. It was the Sasquatch. And they were doing an AI, the Sasquatch were talking and they were doing things. It was super funny. They did Harry Potter AI with the Jim Bro, which was super funny, super funny. So other platforms using these are better. Already for the short term content, people aren't going to YouTube anymore, they're going to TikTok, right? So yeah, this plays a lot. So for the short term, YouTube just lost. I'm gonna go with a huge example. I'm Canadian, so we have a coffee shop called Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons has been the place for coffee for decades. And then McDonald's, what they did was they had a McCafe, and then Tim Hortons saw their profit or their margin going on a lot because they had a competitor that didn't have the monopoly anymore, or monopoly of making coffee quickly. and you can go to a coffee and they'll put a fresh pot there. But Tim Hortons, what they do, or with cafe, what they do is they always have a pot of coffee ready. So when you go in, it's kind of quick, you know. Second of all, so what I'm saying with this is YouTube used to be the king, which used to be the king, but then they had competition, and then they kind of fell behind, right? Which is kind of like a shame, but still, it's what it is, right? So then with YouTube doing that, and then at the same time, we're talking about creativity, okay? We're talking about uninspired content. Well, creativity itself doesn't matter which the tool you're using. If you're using Photoshop, if you're using I don't know, ChatGPT, if you're using voiceovers, it doesn't mean that you're not creative, right? I don't know if lazy content is the same as inspired content. I don't know that. My videos are lazy content. My video is me talking to camera. That's it. Sometimes I'll do something else, but most of the time it's lazy content. Just me sitting and I'm talking. Now, we're lucky. We're getting this. So even then, I'm doing some lazy content. And isn't that lazy? The boy's actually pretty freaking busy. If I say so myself. Not to brag, not to kiss my own ass, but kissing my own ass. Why aren't you uploading? I don't know. Why aren't you uploading? I wish you did. So with the uninspiring content, at the same time, people. Okay, so this is weird. And again, I'm gonna sound like such an asshole. I did a couple of videos on how much I love garbage TV. Garbage TV to me was unbelievable because it was a way to turn off my brain. And now my father's been watching Jackal. My father's been watching Tulsa King and Yellowstone, right? So there's super scripted content, super scripted. And then I'm watching a show like Jersey Shore or Big Brother, and it's a bit more like, you know, Survivor. It's a bit more freedom. It's a bit more freedom. So you see the characters, and you open the characters that are entertaining, and then you know that you're gonna put those two characters together, you're gonna fight. So you do it, you know. So in the eyes of a lot of people, garbage TV is uninspired. Is it still entertaining? Absolutely. Do I care about how inspired it is? No, I care how entertained I am, right? And this is the difference. If I'm entertained with content that is not inspiring, and I'm entertained with that, then that's fine. That's fine. My goal on making content right now is, of course, it's to inspire you guys long term. But is it constant? Is it 100% of the video that I'm gonna do is gonna be inspiring? Is every single thing that I'm gonna say is gonna be inspiring? No, I'm fucking nuts. I'm insane. So I'll say some insane things, right? And that's just me. But yeah, it's a huge problem because a lot of people that could have become content creator. See, another thing, there's multiple generation of content creator. The content creator that are inspiring others from the first gen and the second gen and the third gen, right? What if that person, right, was super creative, but used a lot of tools, right? And then you said, oh well, this is unauthentic content, right? And then this person that is not unauthentic, you just don't find the content authentic. It doesn't mean it is. You need to do this to get some confidence and to become more and more comfortable in front of the camera and actually doing it. When I started making content, what I was doing, I was streaming. You could hear my voice and see a fucking game. You understand? And then I got the confidence, and then I got to see you guys. But that's it. And then this person with getting confidence started to be really confident and make videos. I have 40,000 videos, and that's 49,000 with the gaming channel. Is everything inspired? No. Is everything full of energy? No. Some of this is inspired, some of this is low energy. Sometime in that mood, I'll go play a game of Fortnite, and I don't even put the mic on. That's low effort, but it's still content, right? If I'm able to inspire people later on, when I started making content, I would have been inspiring, right? It's through years that I got the confidence myself to be confident enough to inspire people. So it's bad, it's scary. Then you have to be the judge. What's inspiring? What falls in between? Well, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. The AI, it's a program. the program itself doesn't feel emotions. I'll make a video, okay? I'll film the sunrise. Nature beauty it's still uninspired. It's still, in your eyes, something that doesn't have enough effort to be worth monetizing. I'm not making a penny on social media, so it doesn't matter. And even if I was making a penny, I wouldn't be making much. And I might. Then let's be honest, how many of us are really making content because they have a passion? You know? How many people are seeing that as an opportunity? Is that a bad thing? No. No. You should be able to see the things as you want to see them. You want to see this as a dollar sign? See it as a dollar sign. You want to see this as your future? It's your future. You want to see it as just having fun? Just having fun. It's complex. It's complex. It's complex. So here where I stand, here's the news. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you pro the newsstands? Are you against the newsstands? What are some possible consequences? What's some possible solution, right? What I personally think, you're gonna do a time, then they're gonna see how much traffic they're losing. So traffic is viewer and content creator. They're gonna reiterate, right? Twitch did the same thing. Twitch allowed artistic nudity. Then right away they retracted it. They were desperate. But again, I have to applaud YouTube because they're putting forward the idea that you have to be inspired. Anyway, I have to charge your phone. I love you guys. Peace. Shit, I have to charge you guys. So before I go, was there something I could have done to make your heart feel bad? Please charge. I'm not asking for much. Don't blink, it's your buddy. Welcome to Local Show. Is it doing well? Because I had a wonderful day. I forgot to make myself some water, so I'm gonna take you guys with me to make some water. So I have to check if it's starting. You know what? Let's show the mess. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. This is me also having a wonderful day on this 13th July 2005. Second try, I'm gonna get my water, delicious water, which is healthy. You can see the sunrise behind me, which is gorgeous as always. And make sure that I'm charging. I'm not sure if I'm charging. Today we're talking about, drumroll please, my parents. So I've been talking about my parents a lot lately, right? And there's a couple of reasons for that. I'm a parents' boy, of course. I super love my dad, and I wouldn't really love my mom. I love them both. They're amazing parents. But I've been talking about them a lot lately. So there's a couple of reasons for that. I'm not going to reiterate the reason because I talked about this in previous videos. So that I wasn't close to them when I was young. In fact, that I didn't allow them to be in my life until recently. I'm watching here a lot because you can see here we are charging the phone. I have to make sure that I'm charging. As soon as I can tell that I'm charging or not, I'll be good. But for now, there's a big mystery point. I don't know if you guys that or you say interrogation point. You say interrogation point, right? So yeah, so I feel bad about that. They've been super supportive. Again, when I had problems, but even more lately, um, my father, for the first time, he was okay with making a video, being in the video, which is a blessing. My mom was okay with being in the video. They know how much it means to me, and I'm not forcing them. But still, you see, my father could have said, "No, you're not filming this." My mom could have said, "No, you're not filming this." Nah, I would have accepted. But at the same time, I'm so happy that they are wanting to be part of this. You know, I'm not gonna have them forever, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is making me a bit emotional, right? And this is exactly where we're going with this video. This is exactly the point I'm trying to make. I should be emotional. I should be very emotional because, you know, I've lost so much time with them, and they're getting older. And you might see this, you might really see this, but you're never noticing how older your parents are getting. You never really notice it. Your parents are getting older and older and older, and you don't notice it because you see them on a weekly basis. You see them once a month. My mom, I don't see my mom often, and I see her once a month. I saw my dad today, but I saw him last week. My mom, I was like, "Oh my God, Mom, it's been so long we saw each other." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We saw each other 3 weeks ago, you know? And then they're super supportive. They're amazing parents. They're still giving me advice. They're still, you know, they're still being present for me. We just did my bike. I brought my dad my bike, and he was like, "Yo, let's fix the tires. Let's do everything." And then now it's charging at his home. It's charging. So yeah. So the reason why we're making this video is my father, which is pretty personal. We're getting an operation. When you get older, your eyelids are getting there. He already had an operation, and now he's gonna have a second one because it didn't work the first time. So he's gonna have an operation. It's gonna be a benign operation. It's not something that happens a lot, but it's still a sign of him getting older. It's a sign of him aging. You know, my parents are old as fuck. They're 67, which is not that old, but I haven't given them a lot yet. I haven't given them a grandkid. I haven't given them a stable job. I haven't shown them a house that's worth a house. I've showed them. I've been improving lately. I've been improving a lot. Like, for example, I'm more open about my life. I'm more open about what I'm going through. And this is thanks to social media, of course. Are we charging or not? We're not fucking charging. I don't think we are. We're 4 stars though. So even though we're not charging, we're not going down. Because we're not going down, we're still good. Am I right? I'm right. I think I'm right. They're getting older, you know? And of course I'm worried. My dad, who is, you know, when you're a young boy, it's more so a boy thing. I'm sorry, ladies. And that you somehow know that your kid is thinking about you dying, and is kind of worried about it. He's worried about it. He's not comfortable with the situation, etc. It doesn't matter how you're viewing it. He's not comfortable with it. Okay. That's my son. That's my little boy. That's my darling prodigy of a child. My son of God's. You know. Now, who's God? I'm not gonna go into religion. You can choose. You can choose. So, I wouldn't want my kids to think about how I'm gonna die and how, you know. And then there's a part of me that's guilty. That's feeling guilty. I could have been more attentive. Their needs to them. See. They're the same. They're thinking differently. They're acting differently. They're talking differently, but they're the same. My mom, who's always there, who's always over helping, over including herself in a situation. For example, you have a problem, I'm there. Yeah, but Mom, I don't need. No, I'm there. But then at the same time, all she wants to do is make sure that I'm okay. That when she dies, she doesn't have to worry about me, right? My father, who was like, no, more of like a man, you know. no, you fucking fall, get back up. But then I fall and I'm comfortable on the ground and I'm just chilling on the ground. It's like, you're never get back up. Well, I don't need to. I'm just like, fuck. You know. I feel guilt because I never thought about it before, of course. Should have thought about it before, but then it's not. I had a really hard time before. So like, holy fuck, you don't care. I made a video this winter. Oh my god, dude. Getting me tearing up. I made a video crying last winter. I think it's January. And so I was talking to my ex, and my ex told me, I told you the guy's story before. She told me about her mom's loss. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. How about your father? Like, oh, he's dead. But the way she said, I was like, oh, he's dead to you. Yeah, it's an asshole. I understand we all have assholes in our life. Yours just doesn't be the father. So in my head, I'm not saying he's dead, because the way she said this, very nonchalant. Oh yeah, he's dead. Whatever, bro. Get out of here. And then she talked to me, and she's like, and then I don't remember what she said, but talking about her dad again. She's like, yo, I told you my dad was dead. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't tell me he was dead because I didn't register that he was truly dead. He was beneath the ground. Or possibly in a herd, I don't know. And then kind of complex. Because I hurt her feelings. I wasn't listening. We can argue about listening and understanding, but I was flawed there. I made a mistake, and I apologize again. And I hurt her feeling. And then I apologized. And she said something that really hurt my feelings. She said, I'm not mad at you. I know that you're working so hard for content. I understand. Like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm talking about how I hurt her feelings, and I'm sorry. And then I realized that in my life, I don't have a lot of people. Right? I have 20 people, right? If that. I'm super lucky that I have a lot. I'm like, oh fuck. People that hurt my parents, and how much of an asshole I am to my parents. No, they just want to see me. I'm like, no, I want to make content. I don't want to fucking see you. I had drama with a person 2 weeks ago. Not even 2 weeks, last week. She's sending me fucking 7 live invite per day. And I just told her, hey yo, it's a bit much. And she blocked me. Because she felt like I wasn't supportive. When I've been where she was. It wasn't a year ago, it wasn't 2 years ago, it was this winter. You know? Yeah. Then I treat my parents like shit, and I started crying. Out of guilt, out of shame. And it's not that I don't care, that I'm unaware. You have so much hope, you're so in love with life that you don't see death. Do I know that death exists? Absolutely. Am I seeing close one die? No. You know? And then I had my closest friend unalive himself. And I just decided, but you gotta alive himself. So then, the normal thing to do, the normal person would say, well, one of my friends unalive himself, and I should actually be more aware of my surroundings. Because other of my friends are depressed or shit like that. But then, at the same time, I have so little amount of friends. You know? My boy, Chow, called me yesterday. He was like, yo, answer the phone. And I'm like, and this is kind of cool because he never calls me. The text, he's busy, he's working, and he goes to school. So like, he texts me, and I know it's going to okay, I killed it. Barely. Fucking mosquito. Big shit. So, there was some rumor. How would I feel if people put the rumors in my face. The craziest rumor about me, I was gay. And this is actually a really cool story. So I'm working in a company, right? And it's bro, we are two guys. There's two dudes and the rest of them are ladies. And I'm talking about 5 ladies. So here we are. Okay, this is gonna be sounding extremely bad. It's gonna sound extremely, extremely misogynistic. It isn't, okay? This is just my way of expressing myself. And this is the situation itself. Right? I know you're full of fucking mosquito. I'm gonna finish this, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna go in, come in. So I have this boss, and he's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy, but he's old school. He has a boys club. The boys club, it's me, it's the cook. In the middle of working, we're chilling, we're drinking wine. We're absolutely chilling. Which is not cool. We make some jokes like, yo, holy fuck, was she hot? And at that time, I'm 21, so I'm like, haha, so fucking funny, right? And then I'm being friends with the girls. Now, here's the problem. And this is, again, this is totally, I know it's a side tangent, but it's absolutely got to do with the situation. To the degree of uncanniness. It's weird how apropos it is. Apropos. The girls are my friends. Because we're just chilling. Okay. The reality, first of all, I'm working with 2 people that I went to school with. So we're already close. And one of them is like, we're really close, you know? The cook wasn't a friend with the girls. He didn't care about the girls. And the boss, he was a boss. He was friendly, but he was boss. I was their friend. So when I'm cheating, when I'm drinking wine in the fridge while they're working, I'm an asshole. Because those are my friends. Those are my friends. They're not strangers like for the cook. They're my friends. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that, okay, well, this is bad. Right? And I didn't care. I just didn't think about it. Very carefree guy. So yeah. And okay, so why do you think I was gay? Because, okay, so it's a whole story. So the boss, he has a boys club, but he's also a man. So he knows that if he puts shoddy, cute girls in the front of the store, in front of the cafe, he needs more customer. He can be a lot more customer. So he takes like crème de la crème, and they friend in French, crème de crème. And I'm thinking this 8 or 9 girls. Now, the truth is, did I have a chance for those girls? No, I didn't have a chance. But they were all fucking single. And I did make a move. I just started thinking I was gay. Because like, wait a second, you didn't flirt with you, you didn't flirt with me, who would flirt? Nobody. You must be gay. Again, this is kind of the delusion. I have to flirt with those 9 people. There's only 9 women in the world. You know? But still. Right? And then, you know what happened about that? After that, I became hypersexual. I became very flirtatious. Because I didn't want people to think I was gay, so I would flirt with women. And that's a bad story. About a couple of months later, I have this girlfriend that I really like. You know the girlfriend I thought was